This content may include references to sensitive topics such as sexual themes, drug use, and child abuse. These elements are presented for informational, educational, or narrative purposes only and are not intended to promote, glorify, encourage harmful behavior. Viewer discretion is advised. So if y'all don't want to hear this,
please don't watch.
Just skip this episode today.
Yeah. We won't be mad. It's okay.
We understand.
And also a little discretion for us. In no way, shape, or form do we condone, glorify, think it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have dark humor.
Mm-hmm.
And there may be times where we make a joke or laugh or something.
I also laugh during serious situations, not because
I have a condition.
It's funny. Yeah, me too. I don't think it's funny. It's just awkward.
Yeah, exactly. So disclaimer for us, we do not condone that type of stuff.
Yeah, we don't glorify it either.
Yeah, we do have dark humor, and I'm sorry if if you don't, well then stay tuned till next episode.
Yeah, next episode will be a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Because we do want to do, like, true crime episodes. We want to do it all for you guys. So
here and there.
Food episodes, whatever.
Yeah. Anything and everything. But with that being said, welcome back to the Pot Post.
Welcome.
We are your hosts, Des and Lala. And on today's episode, we will be discussing
Richard Ramirez,
aka the Night Stalker. You may notice we're a little different today.
Yeah.
We got a new setup.
We have a new sitting arrangement.
Yeah.
This was always behind that thing, by the way, this little table.
Yeah.
This is what our mics are connected to.
But you just could never see it because the bench was covering it.
Yeah. And we've always had this sign, but it's all tiny.
You can't. Hold on. Wait till it changes colors.
Yeah. It says the pop.
It's
our gardening flower today is the same from last episode, so we're not going to be doing a rating today.
Yeah, no rating.
already know our rating. We're going to make a trip, I promise.
Yes. We're just trying to use what we have.
Yeah. So that's our garden of choice, our flower from our garden.
Our tool today is just a little doobie. It's wrapped in a juicy raspberry wrap and a flavored tip that is watermelon ice.
So grab your flower and your tool of choice.
And let's get sparky.
In 3, 2, 1.
You guys never hear that part because we put something over it, but
it's so because she put something over it in the first episode. So, if you want to watch the first episode, we're almost a month old. Did you know that?
I know.
You guys, January 8th.
January 8th, yeah. And these ones have like a little poppy thingy in the tip, which I forgot to pop before I lit it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hello?
It's
there it goes. Did you hear it?
Yeah, we already got, this is our 5th episode in a month.
Yeah. We've been doing good. We are trying to stay consistent for you guys. It's very hard. Today's episode does consist a lot of reading off of our devices. So
excuse us looking
sorry.
down.
Yeah. Again, it's a lot and we can't memorize it. Obviously.
It really is because we might part 2 it. So this may or may not be part 1.
Yes.
But stay tuned. Yeah.
All right.
So where are we starting?
So Richard Ramirez, as we all know, is a notorious serial killer in the LA, San Francisco area.
And check out the documentary on Netflix called The Night Stalker.
If you haven't, oh my god, it's so
really good.
And Actually, so I'm a big like horror fan. I love anything horror related, serial killers, whatever, documentaries. That one did spook me a little bit, for sure. It left its mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gave me nightmares. Oh, did you take?
No, yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Spooked both of us, and it takes a lot to spook her for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not an easy gal to spook.
And then I'm afraid of clowns.
So two different people. Two different ones. Brutal.
But, so also, it is a very kind of spiritual heavy thing. So if you are a spiritual person and you don't mess, like I don't mess with demons, and stuff like that, if y'all believe in it. So it is, I feel like that's the reason why it scared me or gave me nightmares.
Yeah.
It didn't, like, scare me. It just makes me uncomfortable.
Him as a person, he's very, very odd looking.
Mm-hmm.
He was very scary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine just seeing him.
Yeah.
In the shadows.
Like the pictures, like, he would look like a complete different person.
Yeah.
In pictures. It's, yeah, so.
Agreed.
If you're sensitive to that type of stuff, this one will definitely leave a mark on you for sure.
Yes, so sorry.
Yeah.
But to the episode we shall go.
So, Ricardo Leyva, I believe. If I mispronounce names in here, I'm sorry.
Yes, same.
Because they're using their names, and we're going to say all of their names except for, well, we're going to say Ramirez, but we're going to say all of the victim names because their names need to be heard.
They do matter.
And, yeah. So, Ricardo Leyva Munoz Ramirez, he was born February 29th in 1960 in El Paso, Texas, to Mexican immigrants Mercedes Munoz and Julian Ramirez. He is the youngest of 5 children.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I'm almost there. I got 3 brothers.
Yes.
And his father was a violent alcoholic who was prone to fits of anger and would take it out on everybody, not just Ramirez.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I feel like a lot of abusers just target one
specific. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, they all got it.
At least that's what it seems for serial killers. Sometimes they're the
only ones
targeted. Mm-hmm. He was raised Catholic. So he was kind of a spiritual person. That leads on into what he did. So, yeah. And then he started smoking and drinking at the age of 10.
Jesus Christ. 10 years old.
Mm-mm.
That's wild.
It was the 1960s, 70s, right? So, yeah, marijuana was a big thing. It was easy-ish to get.
Easy access.
Psychiatrist Michael Stone describes as a made psychopath instead of a born psychopath. So he was
made into one. He was very influenced.
Yeah. He wasn't born, whereas a lot of serial killers, I want to say, who was born one? I don't even know. But they can't even come up on the top of my head right now.
I feel like majority of them are, and I feel like he's different because he did endure abuse from his father, but not abuse the same amount, I guess you would say, as Ted Bundy or anybody else.
Yeah.
His abuse was a lot different. Way the things his father did were a lot different than beating somebody. Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like that's would be different between made and born.
Yeah. So you'd consider Ted Bundy?
Yeah, a born. And Dahmer, a born.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ramirez schizo personality disorder. Disorder contributed to the suffering of his victims. Stone stated that Ramirez was knocked unconscious and almost died multiple times before the age of 6 years old, and resulted later as a result, later developed a temporal lobe, epilepsy, aggressiveness, and hypersexuality.
Yeah. See? Again, ties into his abuse was a lot different. I'm pretty sure any other serial killers didn't come close to death,
multiple times.
Yeah. Before the age of 6. Like, that's wild.
There is some where they were like physically abusive and sexually abusive. But I don't think I've heard any that where they were trying to kill him at that age. Like, some of them are just normal parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me. At the age of 12, he was taken under the wing of his older cousin, Miguel, in quotations, he went by Mike Valles, a U.S. soldier in the Army who became a serial killer in the Vietnam War. He often boasted of committing gruesome crimes and shared pictures with Ramirez showing his victims that he murdered, sorry guys, raped, murdered, and decapitated. I lost my spot. Ramirez later stated that he was fascinated rather than disturbed. So I would be so disturbed, especially at 12.
Yeah.
Seeing that type of stuff on a Polaroid.
That's weird. To be like, ooh, let me see more,
Yeah. He also taught him some military skills, including stealth and kill tactics.
Which, no wonder he was so sneaky getting into all these houses and stuff. And family.
Around this time, he began to seek escape from his father's abuse by sleeping in cemeteries.
Well, okay.
Which, a form of abuse, his dad often tied him to a crucifix in the cemetery and made him stay there overnight as a punishment.
That's wild.
Kind of makes sense. He got comforted from it and would sleep there.
Yeah.
I'd be scared to sleep in a cemetery.
Yeah, same.
During this time, though, he did go to school. He went to Jefferson High School in El Paso, Texas. He never passed the classification of a freshman, and he eventually dropped out as a 17-year-old freshman in high school. Like, literally, all 4 years he could have passed, he stayed a freshman.
That's crazy.
Could you imagine?
No. I would have. I don't condone dropping out, but I would have gave up if I was 17 and a freshman. I would. Yeah. There's no way. Absolutely no way.
Yeah. And that was in 1977. And he also did have a job, though. He worked at the local Holiday Inn. He used his master key, though, to steal from sleeping patrons. On at least one occasion, he molested 2 children in the elevator at a hotel, but was never reported to be prosecuted. His employment ended abruptly while the attempt to rape a woman in her room and was caught by her husband. Her husband beat him up, but the charges were dropped because they lived out of town. Because obviously he was in El Paso, Texas, and they were out of towners.
Yeah.
That's scary. That's what scares me, sleeping in.
Imagine, knowing your employees over here assaulting your customers, but, he was never reported for...
Yeah.
Any of them.
Why wouldn't you report it?
Yeah,
Unless it was harder in the 70s, though. I don't know.
Yeah. But still, that's wild. Especially for the kids. How could you not report that?
I would.
Yeah.
I would be the one in jail.
Exactly.
Because I would have hunted him. But I'm also, again, different. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand why people never report it.
Exactly.
I understand why the victim never reported, because I get being scared and PTSD, and you're already going to live with that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But other patrons, I don't know. So this is kind of spotty. We're just going to we jumped ages. We don't know like a lot in between his ages. So now we're moving on to 14. He turned 4. See, we moved from 17 to 14. We kind of moved down.
Yeah.
But at the age of 14 in 1974, he began using LSD.
That's wild.
And that's how him and his cousin bonded, while over the use of shared drugs and alcohol to cultivate interest. Oh, this is where he cultivated interest in Satanism.
Oh, dang. Okay.
And a cult. I don't know what a cult is. It's the type of Satanism, I think. OCCULT. Not like a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
I'm just guessing. I don't know. Sometimes when you get high, it brings it out. Because I didn't say that earlier either. I had to think on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this heavily influenced his killings. So it says that this began to meld his burgeoning sexual fantasies with graphic violence, including forced bondage, mutilation, and rape. As a teen, when he started to physically harm, as a teen is when he started physically harming small animals with his father's .22 rifle at night.
Jesus.
So like birds and cats and
pretty much any creature you could find crawling in the night.
Mm-hmm. Coyotes.
God.
Which, get rid of the coyotes. Don't do what he does after, but get rid of the coyotes. So he would often disembowel them and feed them to their family dog.
Well, poor dog.
May 4th of 1975, Vallis, his uncle, shot his late wife Jessie in the presence of Ramirez. The murder was not traumatic to him, rather a subject of fascination. After the shooting, Ramirez became isolated and began increasingly committing burglaries and getting high. So LSD was his choice at this time.
That's wild.
So Vallis was not found guilty by reasoning of insanity, and he was sent to a mental hospital.
That's crazy. Like, it must run in the family, I guess.
Yeah. And that's how easy it is now to plead insanity and just go there instead of jail.
Yeah, but like back then, I guess it was you were very easily influenced into doing things. Because this is why, like, his cousin is the reason
he's into killing. He's
so like gruesome and he's so into things is because of him.
Mm-hmm. And I was telling her that was maybe because I'm not making an excuse for it at all, but like if he wasn't like that growing up, maybe because like Vietnam or Agent Orange and stuff, and a lot of people came back very different, and I feel like that's every war, but not the Vietnam War. I heard it was like the
really
worst.
Bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after, Ramirez moved in with his older sister Ruth and her husband Roberto. Roberto was an obsessive peeping Tom, and often would take Ramirez along.
Dang. That's weird. That's what the hell?
Because he's 14 at the time, so it's 14, 15 at the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Eesh.
Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah.
I guess it does run in the family.
So Vallis was released, and he would often join them too in their late night endeavors.
So you got the crazy cousin and the weird brother-in-law influencing you on weird ass shit.
Yep.
That's wild.
His classmates and former teachers later on reported that he was a troublemaker, but he also was bullied by other students. In 1982, at 22 years old, Ramirez moved and settled into California. Ramirez started using cocaine and quickly became his substance of choice. He also began to commit burglaries, theft and burglaries to get money for his addiction. So every burglary and every murder that he did was so that he can pay rent and get high.
Yeah.
Off of cocaine. That was the drug in Hollywood then, huh?
That's crazy. Oh my god. Instead of being a normal person and getting a job and, you know,
Yeah.
he's like, let me murder people and steal their belongings and live life that way.
Yep.
And we're gonna get into his killings. His first kill was on April 10th of 1984, and that was to a 9-year-old girl named May.
I think it's pronounced like Leon? Lung?
Leung? Leung. In the basement of her apartment in district of San Francisco. She was with her 8-year-old brother looking for a lost $1 bill. Ramirez lured her by offering to help find it in her basement.
Yeah, and took her to her basement. Sorry, some of these, so I don't think it's supposed to say tenderloin.
Oh.
It was like...
Did I say tenderloin?
No, you didn't. Oh. But you spelled it out to me, and Apple Auto corrected it to what it thought I was typing. So, some of it doesn't make sense. I didn't go through it and, like, fix it. But I'm sorry.
That's okay. Offered to help her find it and took her to the basement. And that's where he beat, strangled, and raped her. He stabbed her to death with a switchblade, leaving her hanging by her blouse from a pipe. But he wasn't linked to this killing until 2009, when his DNA was matched from a sample taken from the crime scene. That's wild.
That was, what, 84? So that was almost 20 years. It was over 20 years later before they found out who killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
can imagine.
Wild. Yeah. Oh my god.
I think this was his only child victim that he killed, right? Because I know that he's attempted.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if... because he didn't have an MO, so...
Yeah, he just targeted anyone.
Yeah, so I just don't remember if he was, like, strictly away from...
I think she might have, but I think he killed a girl who was 16. Who was still technically a child, I guess.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
2 months later after that, Ramirez committed a series of violent home invasions that struck a panic across San Francisco and Los Angeles areas. July 28th, 1984, June 28th, 1984, 79-year-old Jenny Vincow was found murdered in her apartment in Glassell Park. Mm-hmm. Her throat was slashed so deeply that she was almost decapitated.
That's crazy.
Dude.
That's deep. Do you think that was all in, like... I don't want to get in detail. Never mind.
I don't think you could have done it in one.
That's what I was going to ask, but I didn't know if that was insensitive or not.
Oh my god. That's wild. His fingerprint was found in the mesh screen he removed to gain access through the open window. This is his second known murder. His second known murder established his pattern of committing extremely heinous murders and frequently burglarizing Jesus Christ, the homes of his victims before or after killing them, still supporting his drug addiction to pay rent. His drug addiction and to pay rent. That's wild. No wonder he left the mark he did. He's crazy.
Like, they found his fingerprint, though.
But I don't think he was in the system.
Oh,
so
true.
Yeah.
True. We don't know about that part. We didn't dig that much deeper to see if he got arrested or not. But also, it's in California, so does the system go across the U.S.? So, like, if you looked up a fingerprint in New Mexico, will it bring up anybody where they currently reside?
Probably.
I don't know how that works.
If they've been in the system.
Yeah.
I think. That's crazy. To pay rent and for your drugs. Wild. 9 months later, March 17th, 1985, 22-year-old Maria Hernandez was outside her home in Rosemead, Los Angeles. Ramirez shot her in the face with a .22 handgun after pulling her in her garage. She survived when the bullet ricocheted off the keys she had in her hands when she raised her hand to shield herself. She played dead until he left the scene. Meanwhile, inside the house, her roommate, 34-year-old Dale Yoshi Akazaki, I think
so.
Heard the gunshot and ducked behind the counter when she saw Ramirez enter the kitchen. She raised her head over to look at what happened, and when she did, he shot her in the head, killing her instantly. And then he left the scene. So he didn't even take anything. He just killed her.
Yeah.
Killed.
Yeah, took off?
Yeah.
He didn't even know that the other one was still alive?
Yeah. An hour after that, Jesus Christ, an hour later, Ramirez went on to his next victim, 30-year-old.
It's her, actual name?
Her given name, but she was called Veronica, so I'm just going to refer to her as Veronica because I can't pronounce her name and I don't want to butcher it at all.
Yeah.
He pulled her out of her car in Monterey Park, shot her twice with a .22 handgun, and fled. She was pronounced dead upon arrival at the hospital. The 2 murders and 1 attempt created a massive news coverage, describing Ramirez as a curly-haired, bulging eyes and wide-spaced, rotting teeth, giving him the name the Walk-In Killer and the Valley Intruder. That's when.
So he wasn't even the Night Stalker yet.
Nope, not that. Jesus. An hour later. That's fucking wild. I still can't get over it.
He killed 2 people within an hour. Mm-hmm. Almost killing 3.
Almost 3 in an hour. Mm-hmm. That's literally a massacre.
Well, right? An hour, within a couple hours. Within the same night, though.
Still.
Not even
a full 24 hours. That's 3 people.
Already.
Jesus. Oh my God. A week later, March 27th, 1985, at about 2 a.m., Ramirez entered a home that he burglarized outside of Whittier, Los Angeles, killing 64-year-old Vincent Charles Cesara in his sleep with a shotgun to his head. Cesara's wife, 44-year-old Maxine, was awakened by the gunshot. Ramirez beat her and bound her hands, demanding where their valuables were. Yeah. While he ransacked the room, she escaped and retrieved a shotgun from under her bed. It was not loaded. Damn. She pulled the trigger just after he turned and he saw her. It made him upset and he shot her 3 times, killing her.
Then fetched.
Yeah. Shot her 3 times, killing her, then fetched a large carving knife, mutilating her body, carved an inverted cross in her chest, took out her eyes and placed them in a jewelry box. He attempted to have sex with her body, but found himself so shaken from her attempt to shoot him that he couldn't get it up. Are you kidding me?
Well, he got scared for his life with a shotgun pointed at him, but could care less.
Oh my God. He took the jewelry box and kept it in his apartment as a souvenir. Police found a footprint in the flower bed outside the window.
The type of sneaker it is.
Yeah, Ava sneaker. Bullets found at the scene was found at previous attacks and was determined that a serial killer was at large.
Yeah, so the bullet casings that were found at the previous murder a week ago were matched to the same gun.
Okay, so they're kind of seeing a pattern here.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
But also, like, just a side note, because for it to make sense, the whole time the police didn't want this, like, media aired. Yeah. Because they didn't want to freak him out. So, like, they were not saying anything.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 months later, May 14th, 1985, Ramirez returned to Monterey Park and entered the home of 66-year-old Bill Doy and his wife, and his 56-year-old disabled wife, Lillian. Surprising Bill in his bedroom, Ramirez shot him in the face with a .22 semi-automatic pistol while Bill was reaching for his gun. After beating Bill unconscious, Ramirez found Lillian in her bedroom, bound her, and raped her after he ransacked the house for valuables. Bill died of his injuries while in the hospital. Oh, that is so devastating.
That is.
Oh my god. What a douchebag.
Yeah. Could you? I don't know. I'm not gonna say could you imagine, because, like, you don't want to imagine that, but still, it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Why? What were you thinking?
At that, while you're doing that, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. 2 weeks later, May 29th, 1985, Ramirez drove a stolen car to Monrovia and stopped at the house of Mabel Bell, age 83, and her disabled sister, Florence Lang, 81. He got a hammer from the kitchen and bludgeoned and bound Lang, the 81-year-old, in her bedroom. Then he bound and bludgeoned Bell before using an electrical cord to shock the women.
What the hell?
So he bound and killed Florence, and then bound and bludgeoned Belle, but she was still alive, right?
I think he just bludgeoned both of them.
And then he shocked both of them with the cord.
Yeah, that's crazy.
After raping Lang, Ramirez used Belle's lipstick to draw a satanic pentagram symbol on her thigh and the walls of both bedrooms. They were found 2 days later, alive, but comatose and critically injured. Belle succumbed to her injuries on July 15th, and Lang died in August. They were alive for 2 days.
That's crazy, but in a coma.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I've never been in a coma.
Me neither.
But imagine.
Oh my god, that is so terrible.
May 30th, 1985, Ramirez drove another stolen car to Burbank. He snuck into the home of 42-year-old Carol Kyle. At gunpoint, he bound Kyle and her 11-year-old son with handcuffs before ransacking the house. Ramirez released Kyle to show him where the valuables were and then raped her repeatedly. While in the middle of raping her, he yelled at her to not look at him and threatened to cut her eyes out.
Jesus.
He then retrieved the 11-year-old child from the closet and bound them together before fleeing the scene.
Oh my god.
So he left those ones alive. July 2nd, 1985, Ramirez drove to Arcadia and entered the house of 75-year-old Mary Louise Cannon. He bludgeoned her with a lamp, knocking her unconscious, and then proceeded to stab her to death with the knife from the kitchen. And he continued even when she was dead. So, like, he kept stabbing her even though he knew that she was dead.
Jesus Christ.
3 nights later, Ramirez broke into the home of Sierra Madre and bludgeoned a 16-year-old Whitney Bennett with a tire iron as she slept in her room.
Jesus.
That was 3 nights later. He began to look for a knife in the kitchen, but was unsuccessful, so he strangled her with a telephone cord. Ramirez stated that he was startled to see electrical sparks from the cord. So, like, it started sparking, and he got scared.
Yeah.
He got scared. That's what I'm like. What?
Baffled, for real. Yeah, you're murdering people, but you get scared because of that. Okay.
Yeah. When his victim began to breathe, he fled, believing that Jesus Christ saved her. Bennett didn't survive. Bennett did survive, but she needed 478 stitches to close the lacerations on her scalp.
Jesus. 478 stitches?
On your head. That's scary.
That's wild.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, I kind of got the chills a little. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god.
On July 7th, 1985, Ramirez burglarized the home of 68-year-old Joyce Lucille Nelson in Monterey Park. She was asleep on her couch. He beat her to death by stomping on her face repeatedly.
Jesus.
And the shoe print from the same sneakers, so the same shoe print, was left on her face.
God. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He done stomped on her so bad that it left an imprint on her face. That's fucking crazy.
After crushing two other neighborhoods, or cruising, not crushing. After cruising two other neighborhoods, he returned to Monterey Park. Well, he was already in Monterey Park?
Yeah, he was, and then he
he
gallivanted for a while.
Okay, yeah.
And then he went back.
I just confused myself. Sorry, guys. After cruising two other neighborhoods, he returned to Monterey Park and chose the home of Sophie Dickman, age 63. He handcuffed her and assaulted her at gunpoint and attempted to rape her and stole her jewelry. He made her swear to Satan that she was not lying, that that was everything she had of value.
Jesus.
2 weeks later, July 20th, 1985, Ramirez purchased a machete and drove to Glendale, where he chose the home of 66-year-old Leah and 68-year-old Maxon Meeting. He burst into the couple's room while sleeping and hacked them with the machete and killed them with a .22 handgun with shots to the head.
Jesus.
He further mutilated the bodies before ransacking the home. Ramirez drove to Sun Valley, Los Angeles, entering the home of the Kovanoff family. So this is the same night after he mutilated the bodies and ransacked the house. Then drove to Sun Valley, Los Angeles. He shot 32-year-old Chainarong with a .22 handgun and killed him instantly. Sorry, I don't know how to say that name. He repeated to grape and beat 2020. He began to grape and beat 22-year-old Sam Kidd, bound the couple's 8-year-old son before dragging Sam Kidd around the house to reveal the location of their valuables. Also telling her to swear to Satan that that was everything they had of value.
Jesus. Him and his swear to Satan.
Yeah. So that was one night. July 20th, 1985.
He killed 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, 3 more people on the same night again. Because from the looks of it looks like Sam Kidd survived.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he just raped and beat her, and then he left the 8-year-old alone. He just bound the 8-year-old.
Jesus.
Moving to August 6, 1985, he drove to Northridge, entering the home of 30-year-old Chris and 27-year-old Virginia Peterson. He crept to the bedroom, scaring Virginia, and shot her in the face with a .25 caliber handgun. He shot Chris in the neck and attempted to flee. Chris fought back while avoiding to be hit by 2 more shots during the struggle. Ramirez managed to escape and the couple survived.
Jesus. That's crazy.
Is that it?
This guy is just on a rampage.
He was.
All right. 2 nights later, Ramirez drove a stolen car to a diamond bar, entering the home of Sakina, age 27, and 35-year-old Elias Abowaf. I'm so sorry. He went into the master bedroom
Instantly.
He went into the master bedroom instantly, killing the husband with a shot to the head, handcuffed and beat the wife. I don't want to butcher her name again. And beat the wife while forcing her to reveal the locations of the family's jewelry and brutally raped her. This time demanding that she swears to Satan that she wouldn't scream during the assaults. Their 3-year-old son entered the bedroom. Ramirez tied up the child and continued to rape the wife. After fleeing the scene, the wife then untied her son and sent him to the neighbors for help. After this attack, Ramirez fled LA and headed to San Fran. That's crazy. Yeah, poor thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But smart if she sent him to go get help.
Yeah.
Like, he's a smart little one.
Yeah, for sure. All right. August 18th, 1985, Ramirez entered the home of 66-year-old Peter and 62-year-old Barbara Pan. Shot Peter in his temple, killing him instantly. He beat and sexually assaulted Barbara, then shot her in the head, leaving her for dead. She did survive, though. Ramirez used lipstick to draw a pentagram and the phrase, "Jack the Knife," in the bedroom. And he also left another shoe print at the scene, which detectives later discovered and matched because it was such an uncommon shoe at the time.
Yeah.
So they got an instant match.
Yeah. What is it? Avia?
I don't know. Those sneakers.
I guess they were uncommon.
Yeah. At the time. There was only so much made, I think. August 24th, 1985, Ramirez traveled 76 miles south of LA in a stolen orange Toyota. He arrived at the home of 45-year-old James Romero Jr. He had just returned from a family vacation. Romero's 13-year-old son, whose name is James Romero III, was awake. He went outside of the house to get a pillow from the truck, but the truck was locked. When he was outside, he heard a rustling noise. He just assumed it was an animal. He went to go investigate, but he didn't find anything weird. He went to the garage where he worked on a mini bike. But he heard footsteps outside of his house. James saw Ramirez and he went to alert his parents. Ramirez fled the scene, but before he could get away, James was able to go outside and note down the color, make, and model of the car, also a partial license plate number, and then they contacted the police with this information. So, way to go, James.
Yeah. But it wasn't his car, so they would have linked it to whoever they stole it from.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I agree. Well, his attempted attack on the Romero residence failed. Ramirez broke into the home of 30-year-old Bill Carnes and his fiancée, 29-year-old Inez Erickson. through the back door. Ramirez entered the couple's bedroom, awakening Bill when he cocked his .25 caliber handgun, shooting Carnes 3 times in the head before turning his attention to Erickson. Ramirez identified himself as the Night Stalker and forced her to swear she loved Satan as he beat her with his fists and bound her with a necktie from the closet. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. He also demanded her to swear to Satan that there was no more valuables before leaving the home. There was no more valuables. But before leaving the home, Ramirez told Erickson, "Tell them the Night Stalker was here." Both couples survived.
So he went by the Knox. He
The
went by
Night Stalker.
My bad. He went by the Night Stalker at that time.
Yes.
From the
walk-in,
media, right?
Yeah, the walk-in killer and the Valley Intruder, I think is what his names were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both couples survived. There's also 2 other killings that happened. These are his suspected victims that they think he did, but it's never really been linked to him. So one was in the night of June 27th of 1985. It was 32-year-old Patty Higgins. She was murdered in her Arcadia home. This crime was not discovered until July 2nd when she didn't show up for work. The only reason they thought it was him because she was sodomized, strangled, and she had her throat slashed. Ramirez was charged for the murder and burglary in relation to Higgins' death, but the charges were later dropped because of the lack of concrete physical evidence linking her to his other murders. Ramirez is also linked to a double homicide in San Fran for Sorry. Ramirez is also linked to a double homicide in San Fran for 70-year-old Mary and 48-year-old Christina Caldwell. The sisters were found stabbed to death in their apartment in February 20th, 1985. Ramirez openly bragged to a prison officer about killing over 200, killing over 20 people.
So, that's how they linked hers to him, is that he bragged about it in prison.
Yeah, but he wasn't technically charged for them because there's really no evidence to support besides just him bragging.
Yeah.
So that's why they're his suspected victims.
Yeah.
But also, did you know, in between June of 1984 and into March 1985, this was California's largest police manhunt? No, wait, because his first killings...
That's what I was confused about.
Were in El Paso.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he moved from El Paso to LA.
Yeah. Okay.
When things got hot.
Yeah. It was the largest police manhunt in California.
Yeah, in California.
Record. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go more into the investigation part. So, that's just all the killings that he did.
Yeah, so this was just his early childhood life and then all of his killings.
Mm-hmm.
But in part 2, or the next episode, we're going to do more of a deep dive into the investigations and when he got caught and the trial and sentencing and when he died and all that shenanigans. Well, not shenanigans. Endeavors. Yes.
Yeah. Because this one, it's short and simple. We didn't want to be too graphic because we didn't want to be too.
We didn't want you not watch.
Yeah.
To not want to watch.
Yeah.
Because it's so graphic. But just enough detail to keep you hooked.
Yeah, because we did take out a little bit.
Yeah.
To advise it a little more. I don't know, parental advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited though. This will be from the police side, and then it'll answer the questions.
The questions that we have, yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm still baffled how they have a shoe, they have a fingerprint, they have fucking bullet casings and survivors, and this guy went on for a whole year killing over 20 people.
Mm-hmm. So he says.
Yeah, well, so he says.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we can also go back and count.
How many?
Yeah. Confirmed, yeah.
We'll do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because the trial will confirm quite a bit.
Yes.
And then he still got confirmation in 2009, 20 years later, so.
Yeah, for another killing. Yep.
Yeah. That happened
for his
way
first killing.
before. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So, if y'all want to know more, I definitely do recommend watching the Netflix documentary though.
Yes, watch the Netflix documentary if you are like confused by what we're saying or you want more detail than what we're saying. Definitely watch that one because it's really, 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 really good.
Yeah, and it's very, very detail oriented.
Yes, so very.
What our little bit of research is going to make sense.
Yeah.
So preferably by episode 2 or after.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Yep. But
that concludes our episode for today. So stay lifted,
stay lucky,
and stay tuned. It's the Pod Close. See y'all next week.